Stay. Imagine the crisp night air of Paris suddenly electrified by a roar so loud it could be heard across the Seine. Imagine the world of high fashion, normally so composed and silent, holding its breath in collective anticipation. Something monumental was about to happen, and everyone, from the front row icons to the thousands of fans lining the streets, knew that history was being written in real time. This was not just another runway show. This was the moment the fashion capital of the world became the kingdom of a single individual. The lights dimmed, the music surged, and suddenly the internet exploded. If you felt a shift in the atmosphere or noticed your social media feeds turning into a sea of blue and silver, you were witnessing the global takeover that has everyone from Seoul to New York talking. It was a spectacle of such magnitude that it transcended the runway, turning a fashion event into a historic cultural phenomenon. The buzz had been building for weeks. Rumors swirled, theories were crafted, and the global community was on high alert. When the confirmation finally dropped that the pride of the industry was heading to Paris for the Louis Vuitton Fall/Winter 2026 show, the countdown officially began. But even the most seasoned fashion critics and the most dedicated fans could not have predicted the sheer scale of what was about to unfold. We are talking about a level of impact that moves beyond simple popularity. This was about a presence so commanding and a visual so ethereal that it felt like watching a movie star from a golden era step into the modern world. The world was watching, and as the first photos began to leak from the venue, it became clear that we were all living in a new era of global influence. To understand why this specific appearance has sent shockwaves through the industry, we have to look at the context of the modern fashion world. In 2026, the intersection of K-pop and luxury fashion is no longer a novelty, it is the standard. However, even within this elite circle, there are those who simply operate on a different frequency. When Louis Vuitton announced their FW26 collection, the expectations were sky high. The brand is known for its architectural genius and its ability to blend heritage with the avant-garde. To represent such a vision, you need more than just a famous face. You need an aura. You need someone who can carry the weight of a century-old legacy while looking like the future of humanity. Enter the one and only Felix. From the moment he touched down at the airport, the narrative began. His travel style alone was enough to trend, but it was the main event in Paris that truly redefined what it means to be a global ambassador. As he stepped out of the sleek black vehicle in front of the venue, the atmosphere shifted from excitement to pure hysteria. The cameras could barely keep up. The flashes created a strobe effect that illuminated the Parisian night, making him look like a celestial being descending upon the cobblestone streets. This was the beginning of a digital wildfire that would soon consume 21 different countries and the worldwide trending charts simultaneously. It was not just about the clothes, though the outfit was a masterpiece of tailoring and texture. It was about the man wearing them. Let us talk numbers, because the data coming in from this event is absolutely staggering. When we say someone is trending worldwide, it's often a hyperbole, but in this case, the receipts are undeniable. Within minutes of his arrival, the hashtag Felix LVFW26 skyrocketed to the number 12 spot on the worldwide trends. Think about that for a second. Out of every news event, every political shift, and every viral moment happening across the entire planet, a single individual at a fashion show occupied the global conversation. But the world was just the beginning. In South Korea, the epicenter of the industry, he naturally claimed the number 1 spot. The pride of the nation was on full display, and the domestic audience was in a state of absolute euphoria. But then the wave moved west. In the United States, a territory notoriously difficult to conquer for international stars, he hit #1 and #2 simultaneously. The American fans were not just watching, they were driving the conversation with a fervor that rivaled the biggest local celebrities. From the skyscrapers of New York to the hills of Los Angeles, the name Felix was on everyone's lips. The reach expanded further into every corner of the globe. In Hong Kong, he was at #2, in Puerto Rico, #2, in Guatemala, #3, in Belarus, #5. The list goes on like a victory lap across a map. From Mexico to Argentina, from Australia to the Netherlands, the trending charts were painted with his name. Even in countries like Ukraine and the Dominican Republic, the impact was felt. It was a literal map of global dominance, proving that his appeal knows no borders, no language barriers, and no limits. This is what we call a total digital conquest. Now, we have to address the elephant in the room, the visuals. We've seen many idols attend fashion weeks, but there's something uniquely haunting and beautiful about the way Felix carries himself. For the Louis Vuitton FW26 show, he leaned into a look that can only be described as royal punk. His signature silver hair was styled with a soft, almost metallic sheen that caught the light with every movement. His skin looked like porcelain, and his eyes held a depth that seemed to tell 1,000 stories. Netizens have been losing their minds over the specific details of his look. The way the structured coat emphasized his silhouette, the delicate jewelry that added a touch of feminine elegance to a masculine frame, and that walk. That walk has been replayed millions of times on TikTok and Instagram already. It's a walk that says, "I know I am the main character." Fans have been calling him the visual king of the generation, and looking at these photos, it's hard to argue. One viral tweet with over 100,000 likes simply said that Felix didn't just attend the show, he became the show. Another fan commented that the air in Paris probably smells like expensive perfume and success wherever he steps. The level of detail in his styling was a tribute to the creative direction of Louis Vuitton, but it was Felix who breathed life into the garments. He has this uncanny ability to make high fashion look effortless. While some people look like they're being worn by the clothes, Felix wears the clothes with a sense of ownership. It's a rare quality that explains why luxury houses are fighting over him. He's not just a model, he's a muse. Behind every trending topic is an army of dedicated supporters, and the energy coming from the fandom during this event has been nothing short of legendary. If you scrolled through the hashtags, you saw a beautiful, chaotic, and deeply emotional celebration of his journey. For many fans, this was more than just a fashion show. It's a validation of his hard work, his growth, and his undeniable star power. We saw memes of fans staying up until 3 a.m. in different time zones just to catch a glimpse of a 5-second clip. We saw fan art being produced within hours of the first photo drop. The creativity of the community is endless. There was one particularly moving thread where a fan detailed how seeing Felix at such a prestigious event inspired them to pursue their own dreams in the creative industry. This is the power of a modern idol. They are not just entertainers, they are symbols of possibility. Of course, it wouldn't be a K-pop event without a little bit of humor. Netizens were quick to point out the stunned expressions of the people in the background of the photos. One viral clip shows a bystander looking absolutely mesmerized as Felix walks past, and the caption read, "Me if I saw an angel in real life." The relatability of the fans' reactions is what makes these moments so special. We are all collectively gasping at the same time, and that shared experience is what drives the numbers so high. Beyond the social media hype, there's a very real business side to this story. The luxury fashion industry is currently obsessed with the concept of earned media value, or EMV. Basically, this measures how much free publicity a brand gets from an ambassador's appearance. Based on early estimates, the EMV generated by Felix for Louis Vuitton during this single show is expected to break records. When a name trends in 21 countries, it's not just noise, it's a massive boost to brand visibility and desirability. Retail experts are already predicting a surge in demand for the pieces he wore. We've seen the Felix effect before, where items sell out within minutes of being spotted in them. It's a testament to his influence as a tastemaker. Young consumers aged 15 to 35, who are the primary drivers of the luxury market today, look to him for inspiration. He represents a blend of luxury and relatability that is incredibly potent. By aligning themselves with him, Louis Vuitton is not just buying a face, they are buying an entry into the hearts and wallets of a global generation. As we look at the success of this Paris Fashion Week appearance, it's worth reflecting on how far Felix has come. From his early days of training to becoming a global icon, his journey has been marked by a relentless pursuit of excellence and a genuine kindness that radiates through his public persona. Even amidst the madness of Paris, he was seen waving to fans and acknowledging the crowd with a smile. It's this combination of high fashion untouchability and genuine human warmth that makes him so beloved. He has navigated the pressures of fame with a level of grace that is rare for someone so young.